Right, what's happening, squad? I thought it was long overdue that we just had a bit of a catch up. A lot has changed in my camp, so and we've got a lot coming up. So just a nice chilled conversation, just give you a bit more of an insight as to my training and what we're aiming for. So for those that don't know, a couple of months ago I swapped nutritionists, so I'll now be working with Simon Yates. He's a huge name in the sport. He does a lot for bodybuilding and a lot for strongman, and he works with a lot of the top guys, and he really has changed my view on nutrition massively. So my diet's changed. I feel a lot leaner, even though I was one of the leaner guys already. I went into Brits at 135 kilos, for those that don't know. That for me is probably the heaviest I've ever been. Obviously, Brits was, I think I'm right in saying it was the heaviest Giants live shed has ever been. So again, for my fans and those that know me that know, like, often the lighter weights will suit me more. I'm much better at repping an event than going for a max weight. So it really was a tall order. It wasn't my best set of events for Brits. Like, the events themselves were good, but just a few execution errors and lessons learned. So, you know, the deadlift, I got 400 kilo in competition, so I'm super happy with that. Sadly missed the axle, and that was sort of the downfall there. So we've taken a lot from Brits. It was a positive experience. It was so much learnt. And we're just tweaking a few things. So I'm going to come into England's Strongest Man. That's England's and UK is my next two big comp. I'm coming in a lot lighter, a lot leaner, a lot more athletic. We've been smashing my conditioning work as of late as well. Just because that's where I excel in this sport. It's where I've got a huge advantage over a lot of the guys. Coming from the long distance background as well, I've got such an edge. So anything moving, anything endurance, I just seem to just thrive. Even high rep deadlifts, I don't seem to fatigue like a lot of the guys do. So it really is like an advantage, and we don't want to lose that by me getting too heavy for the sake of gaining a bit of extra strength on the press or the deadlift. So the plan is this year, stay pretty light, certainly below 130 kilos, maybe start creeping it up. As long as it's lean weight, I'm not too fussed. I think it's easy in this sport to over focus on the weight of the scales, and it's weirdly one of the questions I get asked the most. What are you weighing now? What are you weighing now? And we really don't worry about it too much. Like, as long as I feel good, that for me is more important than the number in the scale or what I'm weighing. So that's one huge change we've had. Also, I've been speaking to Rob Frampton, a very close friend of mine, someone I look up to massively. He's going to be joining my squad as well. So hugely excited to have Rob on, more as just a mentor than anything. So he won't be doing my coaching. John's still going to be doing my coaching. Rob's just going to help me. He's always a friendly face behind the stage. I get on really well with him, and we just click. So I approached him at Fit Expo this weekend gone, just to have a chat and just say, look, you know, while you're backstage anyway, like, he always helps me out anyway, so it'd be good to actually have him on board the team and moving forward. Like, it's just helpful to have, like, surround yourself with people that have been there and know what they're talking about. So hugely excited to be working with Rob moving forward. And then obviously John is still doing my coaching, and then we've got my physio John as well. So at the minute the team's growing, but we are really just focusing on coming into these events just as this new package, and my mindset's in a real good place for these shows as well. So in a couple of weeks' time, we've got UK's Strongest Man. That's the first event for me this year. Obviously Brits was in January. That was sort of the end of last season. This is now the new season. So we're starting off with UK's Strongest Man. It'll be my first time being there. I'm feeling good, I can't lie. The events are fantastic for me. And I like the format. So for those that don't know, you have your heats on the first day, and then the top 6 from each heat go through to a 12-man final. I think that's right. It might be less. It might be 4 and then 8 go through to the final. So for me, the first day is all about just qualifying for the final. Nothing crazy. But the event's pretty quirky for those that haven't seen. So for example, we've got bar bending. I think that's opening the show. So just bending a bar of steel. Pretty cool, pretty grippy. Should suit me. I've been playing with it in training, and it's going pretty well, so it'd be fun to see what you can do with a bit of extra adrenaline. And then there's cool event. There's car flips, so you guys will rinse me again. There is no engine in them, so I should be fine. Obviously we know I can car flip, so that's quite good. There's power stairs, there's dumbbell is the only press, so there's no heavy axle, there's no heavy log, so that again suits me very well. Dumbbell I'm pretty proficient, it's going pretty well in training. So if I could ask for a press, it would be dumbbells. So really, really positive there. So again, we've got Atlas stones, nothing heavy. I think it finishes on 175. It's Glenn stones though. A lot of people say they're horrible to use. They're very big, but it should all suit me. I've got very long arms. I'm a good stone lifter. It doesn't really worry me too much. So other than that, it's all good events. I think I'm going to be pretty dangerous, to be honest. I have a chance of winning, but if I'm in the top 3, I'll be very happy for my first time there, but I'd love to go to the show with the intention of winning it. So UK Strongest Man, 8th and 9th June. It's going to be live on Channel 5 as well, which is really cool. Fair play to Glenn. Like, I don't think that's ever been done in strongman, so it's a huge step forward. And it's just a really cool dynamic, like competing on live TV. So I'll have to sort of control myself a bit, but it'll be good fun. Following that, we've got, what have we got? We've got England's Strongest Man, Giants Live. My second time there. Last time I took 3rd behind Kane Francis and Luke Rich. Both of the guys are going to be back as well, which is great. So it'd be good to have a battle with those guys. Obviously, Luke is recovering from his nasty hamstring tear, so I don't think he'd be doing the deadlift. But again, this is all for him to release, and I'm sure he'll release in due time what his plan is, whether he'll be there, whether he'll not be there. But talking with Luke, he seems in a good place. It's good to see he's recovering well. And obviously Kane, he's got the better of me a few times now, so I need to sort of settle the score with that man, because he's a phenomenal strongman. Rightly so, he's been invited to Worlds, he's in Giants Live circuit now as a regular, and it's great to see. Like, I love Kane to bits, and like, I see myself and him having a good few battles this year. Giants Live England's, again, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say with the events, but they're fantastic for me. Again, the press is a dumbbell, so, you know, that just bodes well for me. And then I've got 4 fantastic events there, I have to say. There's not any event there I can't see myself in the top 3 unless I have an absolute shocker. So I think England's this year have a real good chance of winning. If I was ever to have a chance of winning England's, it'd be this one. So the main competition I see is Kane. He's going to have to bring his A game to beat me on these events. I think he can, but I think the probability is with me winning this one. So fingers crossed I come to England's in good shape, and I just give it my all and put a good performance in. But it would be huge for me to win that title. So they're my main focuses at the minute. I do have other comps coming up. I've been invited to OSG Europe's, which is terrifying this year. Some of the guys in it are absolute monsters that I've seen in this online qualifier. So I can't wait to get stuck in with some of these guys. And again, just put a big performance in. It's not a priority comp for me, but it's somewhere I want to go and put a good show on. I came 4th last year with zeroing an event. Won the last 2 events. You know, I nearly had 3 event wins, so it's an event I know I can do well at. And I'll also be at SCL England as well, so just some phenomenal shows lined up this year. If any invites come along as well, I'm going to jump on them and get myself to as many comps as I can do. But for the time being, we're just training hard, we're eating hard, we're recovering even harder. And I'm just really excited for this new season. Obviously, we've made some changes in the camp, and yeah, we're just coming in feeling good, feeling positive, no expectations, but just happy to be where I'm at. I also had a chat with Shane Flowers, a huge mate of mine, and a guy I look up to quite a lot as well, to be honest. And he said he heard as well that I was very close to being invited to World's Strongest Man this year. Obviously, Paul beat me at Brits, Paul Smith that is. Rightly so, deserved to go as a reserve, but I'm knocking on the door. I think next year we have a great chance of being World's Strongest Man. It's a career, like, lifetime goal for me. So if I can get to World's Strongest Man next year, I've just fulfilled a lifetime dream. So that's the whole goal of what we're doing here. I want to go to Brits next January, and give it a good stab. And just show people what I can do. I don't think Brits this year was a good representation of myself of what I can do. First time there, very nervy, so go in a bit more confident this year and just deliver and earn my spot at World's Strongest Man. But yeah, that's very much what we've got going on at the minute, guys. Obviously, my coaching is up and running, so if you do want any online coaching, grip coaching, whatever it may be, please do approach me and we can make it happen. And obviously, if you can't justify coaching at the minute, but you want to support me, we've got loads of merchandise out now, tees, hoodies, everything. So check out the website, the link will be in the bio. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was interesting, and we will see you in the next one.